Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. It is Sovereign Saturday. A sovereign man needs a woman who believes in him. Now, y'all know I usually do the man gets woman thing on this channel. And you know, on Saturdays I focus more on the man himself, but at some point, most of y'all are going to want a mate. At some point, you want a woman who is in cooperation to your operation. But part of that is not just having the woman, but the woman who believes in you. The woman who believes in you. And that's a very important thing, to have that type of woman. Because you know what? Here's a reality. A lot of times a man will have a woman in the house with him. It may even share the bed with him, but she's really not his woman, or she's his woman as long as things are going well. And this happens with a lot of men who are on the path to success, or actually have a level of success. A whole lot of them will have a woman showing some interest and everything, but then everything is good when the money is flowing. Everything is very good when the money is flowing. Right? Okay, but what happens when there's something that happens? Because on the path to success, you're going to fall. You're going to fall. Like millionaires go bankrupt all the time. They'll get the money back, but they'll go bankrupt. Businesses will fail, and then somebody will get, will create another business. You might get laid off of a job or something, but then get a better job. In other words, there's going to be periods when things aren't going as well. But then that's when you find out if that woman really believes in you. And indeed, even getting to that point, you're still going to want to interact with women. You need that woman who believes in you. I know of an instance where a guy was doing real well, had this woman, and she was real supportive and everything until he hit a rough spot. All of a sudden, oh, she was ready to roll out. She was ready to go. Now, this isn't about like trying to go in on a woman, but rather what the man needs to be looking for. You need that woman who believes in you, who is fully in cooperation to your operation, not a temporary thing, or not one of those like, as long as you got money, I'm there with you. As long as you're on top, I'm there with you. But truly believes in you, believes in your abilities. In fact, even getting to that point, you need a woman who believes in you. Now, I tell people my main thing is writing. Yes, I'm known for doing these videos and everything, and especially car videos, but my main thing is writing. I remember when I first started writing, I really started to separate the women who were good for me from the women who were bad for me. Because I would tell women, like, oh yeah, I want to be a writer. Oh, that's a good dream. And they say that dream almost sarcastically. Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, yeah, you keep dreaming. Or writers don't make as much. I was like, okay. But you know what I found? I found when there were the women I told that to, and they immediately disqualified themselves. But some of the strongest women in my life immediately believed in my dream. They were like, hey, let's see what you got. Oh, shoot, let me edit this. Hey, let me work on this with you. Hey, you know what? You're a good writer. I read your stuff, And they would give me tips. Well, like one of them was a dear friend who, she was a writer herself, so she would give me some tips. Hey, pull it out like this. Shoot. I mean, even my co-parent, when we first got together, one of the things we bonded over was that she was a writer too. She's a writer as well. She can teach writing. And she really helped me to hone my craft. But she believed in my craft. And see, whatever you're doing in life, the most important thing when you're dealing with a woman is not that, she's fine and everything. And you know what? I never said this on my Saturday podcast, but she got the nice breast and round butt dump. Okay, yeah, that's good. But is she down for your ideas? Is she down for who you are about? Does she believe in your ability to get to another level? Like that was, I remember all the women. Once I started, I always remember once I wanted to write, those were the women who supported it. They believed in it and they helped me. They were in cooperation with my operation. But see, some guys don't get it. Some guys just stop at the bustices and the butt dunk. They just stop there. Oh, she fine. She a trophy or something like that. You know, they just want her so badly, and you know, she's cooperative. But let's put it like this: how many pro athletes, how many entertainers, how many professional men thought they had that until they went in another direction? And not even just like from like any setbacks. Sometimes some people get in a position and they're like, you know what, I want to do something else. But then they find out the woman wasn't down for them, but rather what they were presenting. Nah, you need that woman who believes in you to the point, like even before you get all that, she believes in you. And I've told women this. I said, you know what, you need, if you want that guy who got 6 figures or 7 figures, you need to get him before he gets there. And I told them, look for the guy who's working on it. Like as you build in your sovereignty, which woman is trying to help you out? Which woman is going to say, hey, what can I do to help you? Which woman is saying, hey, you know what, I know it's tough for you. You know what, let me bring some food. Let me bring you some dinner or something. You know, well, tell me what I can do to help. Or if they even in that field, what are they doing to help? Like one woman I had dealt with for a while, on and off, but finally kind of pushed it to the side. Because when I first started saying I was going to write, she worked in the publishing industry. She didn't offer any assistance. She worked in a publishing. She could have said, hey, you could do this, this, and this. She did not offer any assistance. I said, you know what? The sex was good, but it wasn't beyond that. She didn't believe. She could have helped. She could have helped. And that's the important thing. That's the important thing. I use that example because I went through that. I want y'all to understand that. Figure out what your dream is. Your first relationship is to your mission. You're trying to be sovereign. Which woman is helping you be that way? I've known plenty of entrepreneurs who they wanted to work on that business. They had their dream, wanted to step out, but their women didn't want to. Wanted them to keep that safe job. They weren't trying to help. They didn't believe in them. And like I said, the belief starts before you even get there. When you having a conversation with that woman and you share your dream, when you having that conversation with that woman and you share your dream, she needs to be like, oh, wow. And that's very important. That is very, very important. Y'all got to understand that. You know, and that should be the criteria. Forget what she looked like. Forget how she might impress your friends with being with her. Does she believe in your dreams? Even if she calls you handsome and all of that, okay, that's good. Are you down for my ideas? Are you down for my beliefs? You need to look her. You need to talk about it. Like, if you serious about it, if you just having fun, that's one thing. But if you serious, you looking at her, okay, you need to see, okay, tell her what you're doing. You don't have to tell her everything. Just tell her enough and see her response. Does she truly believe in you? Is she taking actions to help support those dreams? And they don't have to be with money, anything like that. It could be just like, I got you, baby. I believe in you. You need that. A man needs that more than anything else. That woman who believes in him. And you know what? You know what? She might not be supermodel of the world, but she believes in you. I want you to think about that. Think about it. You need a woman who is in cooperation to your operation, who believes in where you're going, who believes in your talent. Every sovereign man needs that. Every man needs that. But if you're on the path to sovereignty, you especially need that. You especially need that, all right? So I want y'all to think about that. And yes, you still want a woman, but you got to look at it. You got to vet her. You got to say, hey, you down for what I'm doing? It's a very simple thing. And then if she's not, well, you got to think about how you going to deal with her after that, all right? So that's all I have for today. I want y'all to keep rising to become that sovereign man. Peace and blessings, everyone.